Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
Thank you for being an awesome pledge hammer on Patreon, Andy Jackson's #1 fan, Tomo.
Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Ollie Davis and today's episode is sponsored by The Ridge. The Ridge make innovative minimalist wallets, which don't just save space in your pocket for smartphone devices. Its RFID blocking technology protects you from bad guys skimming your credit card details remotely, where they can hack your card's contactless chip to steal your information. But not with The Ridge, you can't, villain! We actually like them so much here at WrestleTalk, we've even replaced our old wallets with them. And with a lifetime guarantee, The Ridge could be the last wallet you ever buy. So go over to ridge.com/WrestleTalk by clicking the link in the video description below and use the discount code WrestleTalk to get not just 10% off your order, but also free worldwide shipping. It's very important you use that link as we love The Ridge and want to do more with them, but they need to see the SWAF Nation are into it too.
Thanks, Ollie. Do you think a Ridge wallet could protect you from a chair shot? While the focus of this past weekend might have been on All Elite Wrestling's Fyter Fest, and namely that chair shot, Ring of Honor held tapings for their Best in the World international show, which has nothing to do with Shane McMahon. Thankfully, a former Impact champion potentially made their Ring of Honor debut at the show, and we'll be heading into spoiler territory in the next few seconds as I reveal who it was. So if you don't want to know, skip ahead now. You skipped? Well, if you haven't, prepare yourself for some spoilerific spoilers, as former Impact World Champion James Storm came out to interrupt Colt Cabana and then defeated him to win the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. Storm, of course, is most well known for his time as Bobby Roode's tag team partner, making up one half of Beer Money. But he also was an Impact World Champion and had a brief stint in NXT. Whether this means Storm will be appearing regularly for Ring of Honor, or whether this is simply an NWA segment taking place at an ROH show, remains to be seen. During roughly that same period of TNA, Eric Young was riding high, mixing it up with some of TNA's top talent. Since his move to WWE though, things haven't been quite so peachy, with Young barely being featured on TV, and if he is, he's getting beaten up by Seth Rollins with a chair. Luckily for him though, it seems he's found new life in WWE's walls, as Wrestling Inc. are reporting that Eric Young is now working as a producer for the company. This is a very solid acquisition for WWE, as Young has proven to be a very solid worker, and his knowledge of the industry will be invaluable for younger talent. This is just a small part of a much larger overhaul of the company in recent times, with Bruce Pritchard returning in a backstage role, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff returning as executive directors of Raw and SmackDown respectively, and the structure of the television products going through changes, including no more wrestling during commercial breaks, which means 2 out of 3 falls forever, baby! The changes may not just be backstage in WWE though, as their roster of talent may also be receiving an addition in the near future. One of the more exciting tag teams on the planet right now is the Latin American Exchange, or LAX, made up of Santana and Ortiz. The pair have put on classic matches against the likes of the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, though the latter will likely never be seen due to it happening on the Jericho Cruise. The team are the current Impact Tag Team Champions, however their contracts are reportedly due to expire in the summer, and according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, both WWE and AEW are interested in gaining their services. AEW would benefit hugely from this, adding to their ever-growing tag team division, especially since comments from President Tony Khan indicated that when their TV show starts later this year, tag team wrestling would be a huge part of it in the early goings. WWE would also likely get a strong increase to their tag team division, and potentially seeing LAX turning up in NXT to face off against the likes of the Street Profits and Undisputed Era would be incredibly fun. Then, seeing them face off against the New Day, the Usos, Viking Raiders, and the Revival on the main roster, there's some classics to be had in there. I mean, it won't happen, but you know, a man can dream. While AEW and WWE would most likely have been interested in the team as it is, knowing the rival promotion is also interested will probably galvanize them to make sure they sign the talented team. Well, they might need some more talent on the WWE main roster, as it seems there's at least one person that won't be used for quite some time. A couple of months ago, reports surfaced claiming that Lio Rush had received major backstage heat from comments claiming he should be the top guy in WWE, with reports shortly after claiming that the heat actually stemmed from an incident with Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor. Fightful then reported that Lio Rush may never wrestle on the main roster again, and there were rumors of him being sent back to NXT. However, Rush hasn't been seen in WWE at all since then, and despite Rush removing all references to WWE from his social media, he's still reportedly under contract with the company. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer recently updated the situation, stating that the response on the creative end is that nobody talks about him and he's not someone being used. It's currently unknown when Rush's contract expires, but from the looks of this, it seems as though we won't be seeing Rush at all until he leaves WWE after his contract runs out. Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to our lovely pledge hammers on Patreon, some of whom you can see scrolling below me right now. Press the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icons to enable notifications, and leave us a comment. Press the videos to my right to be taken to even more awesome WrestleTalk and Screen Stalker things as well. I've been Chopper Pete Cornell, and that was wrestling.